why then did Moses allow divorce? Here's a principle that I've taught you billions of times. Billions of times. Number one, not everything found in the Old Testament pleased God and measured up to God's perfect standards and expectations. Number one, this is why I have a problem with Christians always going back to the Old Testament. Our Lord just said, God in the Old Testament made concessions and permitted things to take place that he himself did not like and even hated, but he did it nonetheless because his people were so weak and so childish and so wicked, they couldn't do any better. Right? What does that tell you if you're listening? You cannot always go to the Old Testament to know what God's ideal standard is, specifically from the Mosaic Law, because Jesus is saying that because of the evil hearts, the wicked hearts, because of Israel's immaturity, God had to tolerate and put up with a lot of things he did not like. Okay, that's number one. So, what does Jesus tell you? If you want to know what God's ideal standard is, look to the way he created things before the fall. If you go to the origin of creation and see how God created things, that tells you what God's ideal standard for a perfect world looks like. Because what did our Lord say? Long before Moses made this concession, God already told you what his standard was for marriage. One male, one female. One born male in gender, one born female in gender, not make themselves another gender. Only two genders, not multiple genders. And male and female come together to become one flesh. The two, one flesh. See the Lord's brilliance? Because Genesis 2:24 says the two. He didn't say three or four. So the Lord showed you that from the beginning, God's standard for perfect marriages is monogamy, that is indissoluble, cannot be dissolved. That's his standard from the beginning. Right there. They are no longer two one flesh. What therefore God is joined together, let no man separate. That's what God has always wanted from the beginning.